Yeah.
Smart man.
And then we went to, first service we had went to Guiyang, China. We were there about, I don't know how many months, but that's when the Japanese were coming down. Nothing could stop the Japanese, you know, the Chinese. Then they had weapons but no ammunition. Then they called us back into Kunming. The colonel says, we got some good missions coming up. I said, any of you guys that afraid to jump, step out.
Jeez.
And so me and my buddy, first two guys they called were our names, you know, and I didn't. So they flew us up to Lahoka, which is a northern base of China, and you know, we didn't have to jump, but I mean, you know, of course, on some of those planes you didn't have any parachutes anyway, you know.
Just anyway,
That's a
man.
real joke.
This is war.
Did they give you that information before they asked you if you
Yeah,
were going to
no,
jump?
you just
Jump.
went where they told you.
Just jump.
And then,
Now I am afraid.
we were at
shoot.
the Lahoka base, then we had all our equipment, then they flew us 300 miles dropped us off behind the lines. And we spent 6 months behind the lines, setting up radio stations and intelligence, sent people out on the, you know, to the rivers and the oceans, and they set up they set up this base area here where we landed out there. Chinese made a field for us by the river, and they flew us in with P-40 escorts. I'll never forget the pilot of our C-47. He said, "Get the heck out of here! I got to get out of here!" You know. Then we walked about 50 miles, set up a base with the Chinese army, which has no ammunition.
Jeez. That's
Yeah,
bad.
Wow.
yeah.
So were you, you were providing information
To the Air
Chiang
Force,
Kai-shek or the Flying Tigers or to our Air Force?
Flying Tigers.
Which were all technically mercenaries, were
Yeah.
they not?
So then we'd send our agents out, which I couldn't go because I was red-headed, you know, but we had run the station. Then they would bring the information to us. We'd send it in to the Air Force. They'd come back with their, you know, bombers and what have you.
So the U.S. government was providing resources for the mercenaries.
Yeah.
For the Chinese nationalists. It wasn't
National.
because they were in a civil war, weren't they?
Yeah, well, the trouble is the nationals weren't really the ones fighting. The communists were fighting.
Yeah.
You know, and then we had from our station up about 100 miles was another radio station called Red to Sugar that was with the Communist Party. And let's see, I was trying to think.
Because the communists and the nationalists sort of combined together during the season against the Japanese, right?
Now they were they knew, I guess, they were going to fight in one of these, you know, they were storing up, they were building up their own armies and stuff, you know, and so we, after the war was over, they flew us back. They replaced us with a few bunch of guys, and they went up to Nanking. And actually, John Birch from the Birch Society, but he was at the other station there. John Birch actually was an old China missionary that helped bring in General Duno.
Really?
Yeah.
After they crashed?
After they crashed, yeah.
Oh my gosh, man.
Yeah. That he went, when they went from Gila to Nanking, and he used a lot of abusive language and stuff, and he was cussing one of the Chinese communist soldiers, and the communists killed him, shot him right on the spot.
Really?
And that's how the John Birch Society was the first American killed by a communist, you know.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you meet him?
Yeah. He would go through for that area, that little place where they cleared the airfield. After the Air Force would stock it with gasoline and stuff. That was a temporary stop there.
They'd come get it.
Yeah. And that's the only way you could get back into.
So what was your scariest moment?
I can't really just remember any real scariest moment. You know, I was very fortunate I didn't have to kill anybody. Well, I mean, actually, you know.
You
maybe
ever
a car-
in a gunfight?
No.
Never?
Nope. Yeah.
So it was safer behind the lines.
Yeah. True. Yeah,
You never had to kill anyone actually, like
Well, I
thought about
mean,
it the
I
last
never
time.
had to
but-
shoot anybody. Now, I may have caused them with the information that we
Yeah,
said.
right. You might have
Cause them
been
to get killed.
responsible for others, yeah.
Direct,
Right, wow.
I was just a kid, you know, I was just.
Tell them about,
Doing
Nobody
your
told
job,
them.
doing your job.
yeah, tell them about on the boat when you came home, and they thought it was, they,
Oh, yeah, when we actually,
That's fun.
we come up, it took us 21 days to go from Newport, Virginia to the Strait of Gibraltar, and because we're in the convoy, boom, zig, zig. When we came back from Pakistan, Karachi, 3 days. And so we pulled into the New York harbor there. Oh, man, and it was foggy and cloudy, and the battleship Missouri, they were waiting to reach the battleship Missouri, and our ship went in first.
oh, that's
All the
funny.
confetti and the water.
It's not their logo.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we were just a bunch of flunkies, you know.
Some merchant.
Yeah.
ship.
It was,
Coming through the fog.
yeah, it was foggy, yeah. The battleship couldn't get in, you know.
That's awesome.
We'll take your pop and serves.
That's fun.
That's great.
Confetti for
So when you got into New York, is that when you saw the Rockettes?
Yeah.
He remembers the day
The Rockettes.
and the month.
Oh.
He remembered the,
Boy, you
the
documented
third
it.
one
Yeah,
on the left or right.
Critical.
After being where it was.
You remember the
Yeah,
red?
no kidding.
Yeah, when I would see the Rockettes, they really, when they first started television, we'd go down one block, that they televised it 1 block away from them, you know. And then that's all you remember in the old days, and you've probably seen the radio, get ready for television, you had a little thing like that, you know, which was a fraud, you know. Yeah. But, yeah, it was interesting, yeah.
Me too.
No fun.
We need to. It's, wow.
Yeah, yeah, that
So,
was
so I remember my grandpa used to talk about how, because he was in, he served in World War One,
yeah,
but during World War II, he actually worked for the Navy.
yeah,
He was a private contractor and he ran radar stations or something like that. But he was up in St. John's, Newfoundland. He used
Yeah.
to tell the stories about after the war, when they had to go home. It was similar to how
Yeah.
long it took to get across the
Yeah,
United
yeah.
States before the interstate system,
Yeah.
and all how people would just house you on the way. It wasn't, there were hotels and stuff, but if you were driving in your
yeah.
in your greens, that you could just stop in a town and people pull you in, and he's talked about Highway 30 across
Yeah.
across Indiana, Illinois. Highway 30 was the way to get west.
Yeah,
Did you train back? How'd you get back to the west coast?
train, yeah.
Train?
Yeah, actually, when I was stationed at Jefferson Barracks in St. Louis there, I had a week's furlough. You know, and my folks live in Colorado Springs, and so I went there, and then to get back, the train would come from Denver, packed. I had to stand up all the way from Colorado Springs to St. Louis. Just to
Jeez.
get, yeah, there was no seats. And I couldn't hold back because I'd be AWOL if I didn't get back there, you know. But,
And how long did that take?
that was about 900 miles somewhere, yeah.
Jeez.
No, it was all night, we stood up all night, you know.
Oh, my
And
word.
there's just no,
It's war.
and the same way coming home after the war, you know, the trains are all packed, you know. But, well, see, my folks moved out from Colorado Springs to Renton in 1943, and I'd never gone.
Why wouldn't you?
Huh? Yeah, well,
Who would want to stay in the
Yeah.
mountains if you were right?
Yeah, Colorado Springs, Renton.
all the jobs,
Almost a toss-up.
you know, I mean, the basic jobs around Colorado Springs was the Army.
Yeah.
And
Mining.
Petersonville out there, you know. And after the war was tapered off, you know. And then, I mean, Boyd paid their way out. You know, Boyd paid their way out, you know. And I'd never been to Washington or even west of the Rockies before, other than, you know, Utah. So I got off at the bus station down there in Seattle. How do you get to Renton? I said, get the bus over here, got the bus, took me to Renton, took another bus, and up to where my folks lived, you know. I'd never been out there before, you know.
So they moved out here to go to work.
Oh, yeah.
Did they know you were on your way, or did you just show up?
I just showed up.
He said himself.
Well, they knew I was in the States, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so here's the piece I've always wondered about, right? So I look at places like when we went to Hawaii, and
Yeah.
you look at just the sheer
Yeah,
beauty of it, right?
Yeah.
And in the internet, we know what every place in the world looks like now. But back then, when you go to the South Pacific, I guess you went the other way, right?
yeah,
But
we
you
went
still,
to Atlantic, yeah.
what was it like going and seeing places you didn't even know existed? I mean, as you went through the South
It was
Pacific.
kind of adventurous, you know, I'd never been anywhere, you know, and, I don't know, I don't ever, you know, remember being, you know, depressed or anything like that. It was kind of an adventure, you know.
Yeah.
You know. And because, like I said, being a flunky GI, you know, you just went where they told you to go, you know.
Yeah.
You didn't have any control over it, you know. But,
You never got sick, never got malaria, never
well,
got anything?
no, on the Liberty ship going over to Gibraltar, it was like 8 knots. I mean, you know, man, it was boats like this, you know. And I actually, sometimes they run you to go to chow, they run you to the latrine, you know, the sign. And I got sick one time, and I just went over, let her go over the rail. That's what
That was it.
Let her go.
there was a lot of GIs on the boat. They were sick all the way across. If you've never been seasick, you know. Yeah, that's. But if we didn't bring them food for the mess hall, they'd starve to death, you know. Yeah. But those Vickers ships, they took them all. They didn't go very fast. You know.
How long were you in China?
Well, about 8 months. 6 months I was behind the
Is that where you
lines.
spent the most time?
Yeah.
Of every place? How long after training, how long were you active? How long, because I guess you graduated in 42, right?
Yeah.
War ended in 45.
I went in the service in February 23rd, 1943. Yeah.
What time?
You remember?
Well, I can remember that day.
Yeah.
And for the first paycheck I got, you know, I got 22 cents. Instead of mine. 'Cause,
Doesn't the
you know,
paper
I sent
cost
so
more
much
than
money
that?
home, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
I only got 22 cents.
So what was an average paycheck?
I don't know, $20 or something like that.
What was the tax withholding on that?
Yeah. But where I made a lot of money, it was, I got per diem when I was over behind the lines.
Did you?
Oh.
Yeah, you never got to spend.
I couldn't spend it, you know.
Yeah,
So how big of a check
starts
did
to
you give
build
them?
What
up.
I got back, probably $1,200.
Jeez,
That's a ton of money.
that's
That was good money then, yeah.
It's a good way to set up. You buy a house back then almost.
good.
Well, yeah, and some of those houses in Renton, and you could buy a.
Especially in Renton.
Yeah, you could buy a, well, you know, you could
Spirits
buy a.
live in.
You still can.
$6,000 or $7,000.
Did you
Yeah. Who had 6, 7, you know, yeah.
So did they pay for you to go to school when you were out of the service? Then did the Army pay for you to go to school?
Yes, yes. Yeah.
But it was was it the UW Business School? What was it?
Well, actually, I thought when
did dash
actually, I thought when I was in service, I'd like to be an electrical engineer, which I would have been horrible. So, I went to UW, went to UW for 2 years, and my grade average was C+. I said, this ain't for me. So then I left and went to and graduated from Metropolitan Business College in Seattle.
Oh.
And then that's what I missed. I should have done that in the first place, you know. I would have been a terrible engineer, you know.
So you were done with the war, you're done with your commitment, and they still paid for school?
Well, yeah, the GI Bill.
So do you agree with, did you have to agree with that up front though, when you went in? I mean, if you're
Oh,
drafted.
no, I didn't know anything about it. You know,
Really?
No, I didn't.
I thought the GI Bill was all just a recruiting tool to get
No.
people to sign
No.
up.
It
No,
is
it
now.
started
Yeah.
before. It is.
Oh,
Kids
yeah.
had all
That's
those
right.
guys
It
coming
is.
back
Yeah.
that needed
Yeah,
education
Evan,
because they
Evan
came
could get his
in out of high
schooling
school.
free.
So you had all these boys coming back that needed to have a livelihood, and that was when Levittown started
Yeah.
their massive assembly line house building, these $6,000 and $7,000 little salt box houses. And
Yeah,
so
yeah,
The
yeah.
piece of that was to get them into mortgages, loans and stuff, and that's when it started, was after World War
Yeah,
II.
yeah.
Those are Susan Roebuck, from the Susan Roebuck catalog, you could order a house.
Mhm.
It's crazy.
But my brother Wally, he was a real hero of the family. He got many air medals and stuff, because he was a gunner in the Navy, you know. And he was down in the Pacific, when he got out. He went into school when he was 11, at the 11th grade, he left school, and went into the Navy. When he got out, he went back and finished his high school, took a flying course, and took a course at Arthur Murray dancing.
On the GI
Yeah,
Bill.
yeah.
Won't even ask.
I'm gonna make you the next Fred Astaire.
Yeah.
It's great at weddings.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
Well, that is
Did
awesome.
he ever get shot? Or shot down, your
No,
brother?
no. He of course, they have a lot of kamikazes,
Yeah.
things like that happen, yeah. He had some real, he had the air medal, plus 3 or 4 others, you know.
So what boat was he on?
He was a gunner in the.
On a bomber? On a plane?
On a fighter plane or bomber, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So the guy
Well,
facing
that's what
backwards.
your
with
dad
the
knows,
pilot?
wasn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
Like a torpedo bomber
yeah,
or,
yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
So was he based off an aircraft carrier or land basis?
Aircraft carrier, yeah.
He's
Forget the name of it there right now.
probably a two-seater.
It's hard to remember
Yeah.
all those names.
Dive bombers and
Not a-
torpedoes.
Yeah.
Not a
Yeah.
bomber that we're talking about, it's
Yeah.
a fighter plane. It's usually a two-seater, wings even fold up, it's a Navy deal.
So what was your dad?
He was on a bomber, he was a Voltour gunner.
Down,
That's
down in the
great.
bottom
Down
of the
the
pit, cause he
bottom,
could fit down there.
Yeah, you could fit down there,
Yeah, yeah.
Little.
so
Yeah.
they had a.
That's a scary job.
Yeah, it was, they got shot down, so the guys got killed.
Yeah, yeah, well, yeah.
And if the wheels go out, you die
So
too.
you spent,
And a jump.
8 months in China, but you were, how long were you in training? Because you're in a little over 2 years, right?
In training, no, I mean,
No, I mean, total time in though, was it 2.5 years?
about 2.5 years, yeah, yeah.
So how much time were you in training?
We had 3 months and 2 months, 5 months.
Okay, so you got 2 years in, 8 months in China, where was the rest?
He can't disclose that.
Just travel.
Sorry, I
Yeah.
forgot.
Mystery
CIA.
years.
Yeah,
CIA.
that's right.
Mystery years.
Yeah, you're spending a month to get across the ocean, that's part of it.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Crazy.
It's kind of hard to remember, you know.
Hanging over the rail.
Yeah.
I guess you went to North Africa, I mean, you were in Pakistan, how many countries did you get in?
Well, we were in North Africa, so when we went to North Africa, the United States just, they just were going out of Africa into Italy. And then, you know, of course, our ship was scheduled to go to India, you know. We spent about a month and a half in North Africa, yeah. Cold, man, it was cold.
Really?
Yeah, we had tents, straw, in a bag, you know, to sleep in. It was cold there, boy, I tell you.
What time of the year was that?
Wintertime.
Cool.
I just meant, was it like, you know,
Well, that's
was
right,
is
yeah,
it cold
actually-
in the spring there, or?
Well,
did-
yeah, actually, you know, like to say, I was there till about, it was probably a month and a half, November, October, November, yeah. Yeah, well, they were just waiting to put us on another troop ship to take us to India, you know.
So where, were you in Tunisia, where were you?
Oran, yeah, Algeria, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah. Man, it was cold there. I remember they had the latrines, I shouldn't tell you this, but had the latrines, there was latrines out there. It was so cold, the GIs were taking the wood off the.
And burning it?
Burning it, yeah. And we all got kind of suspicious, our group, because one of the guys stole the log from the captain's tent. He had it really, you know, pulled it down, you know. That was funny.
There must have been poopsicles in
And
It was cold, yeah, I mean,
You're your
over
father's
cold.
daughter.
That was from Alaska Frontier. Sorry.
Your father's daughter.
As a matter of fact, she is.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Her father's daughter.
Thanks for sharing.
Well,
That was awesome.
hard to remember, you know.
Yeah.
So
You did pretty
Fine.
darn
Good.
good.
I know.
Your memory is so good.
Yeah, you couldn't remember the time on February 23rd.
Yeah,
did
what
you?
Yeah.
That's, we'll
Was
forget
it
it.
9:15 or 16? I can't remember. So Justin, just remember, when you go down to Texas and you come back,